Hi guys, Todd here again with TW Home Show. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a new product I'm going to be testing out here. I want to try to beautify this fence here in the evening time, so that when we come out with the doggies, to let the doggies out for a walk and for a potty break, it looks really nice out here. And of course you can see we're out on a lake here, so all the neighbors across from the lake always look up to our house on how it looks, how beautiful it looks, and I want to make it more beautiful by adding some post lamps. So I hope you stick around with me today. These are a quick glimpse of the post lamps, and I didn't mount them in the traditional way because of my unique type fence. It's kind of like that iron look black fence, but I don't have the 4x4 posts like wooden fences do, and also maybe PVC, white PVC fences and stuff that you see that are popular. So I had to come up with a unique way for these lights, and these are solar powered lights, so they'll come on at night. I'm going to check these out with you. These are from TSUN lighting, and I'm going to leave the links to all of these products in the video description below, but stick around. I'll show you how I'm going to mount these, and we'll see how they look and perform. And we're back. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to test out this TSUN lighting. This is like a post lamp light that you can mount pretty much in very unique places, like out on a dock, say for instance, or on your deck, or out around the backyard of your fence, on top of your fence posts around the backyard. As long as you have access to sunlight, this installation is not going to require complicated wiring because it's all solar powered, and that's why I like it. Now I got an 8-pack of these post lamps from TSUN lighting with my discount. I've got a discount code everyone can use. I'll leave it in the video description below here. It's TW Home Show. Enter that in the website discount code area at checkout, and everyone will receive 20% off of TSUN lighting products from their website. So make sure to check that out after you watch this video. So we're going to take a look at one of these. I've already got one open here, and you get the screws and anchors, a couple packs of those, and it comes wrapped in bubble wrap. And of course you get the welcome instructions for your post solar lamp, and you get an adapter. This is an adapter for maybe a 6x6 post if you need something a little bit wider than the standard 4x4 post. And here's your stylish light, solar light. Solar panel takes up the whole top here. You've got an on-off switch, and this, what I like about these, is got different lighting modes. So you know, if you want the traditional, like the old-fashioned light bulb mode that's kind of like a yellowish tint, you can have that, or you have in between that, or you can have bright white. And it's got these stylish metal beams on the sides here. I like them. They look nice and modern. Now here's your standard post lamp bracket, which would fit right on top of your standard 4x4 fence post or deck railing posts. But I wanted these so bad. I don't have this type of a post for my fence, so I had to come up with something a little bit unique. So we're going to go over that in a minute. First of all, let me give you a closer look at this lamp, and let's see what powers this. We'll take a look at the battery compartment, which you should never have to access, but just to get, you know, a little detailed view of how this operates. All right, so here's your solar powered lamp, post lamp. Notice it's got a slight slant here, kind of give that modern, sleek look. Here's your on-off switch right here. It's a push button. And those are your 3 lighting modes. That's off. There's your bright white. There's your medium. And there's your like yellowish light. When you cover up this imitates being dark outside if you cover up the top solar panel. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for now. And let's open up the bottom here and see what it looks like. See how this thing is powered. Now this does have a quality control sticker on here covering one of the screws, because you're not supposed to do this, but we just want to see, right? So 2 screws. We pry the cover off. Look at that large battery in there. Simple wiring to your switch on the front here and to this large rechargeable battery. It can be recharged by the top solar panel right here. So that's all there is to it. All right, now this is how it would mount to your 4x4 fence post or deck post. This will go into here. Let's see. Yeah, this goes into here. Of course, what you'll want to do is screw, see you got 4 holes on the top here to go ahead and screw it onto your fence post right here. And then you can mount this any direction that you see fit that would be most decorative. Mount that on there, and then you've got 2 screw holes, 1 on each side here to go ahead and secure that. And then make sure your light switch is in the optimal position. So you make sure your light switch is easy to reach. I'm going to put my light switches on the inside of my fence so I don't have to reach around and feel for it. So mine will be kind of mounted in this direction, with this direction facing into my backyard area. Very stylish. Now, I told you I was going to have to mount mine in a different, unique way, so I came up with this. I found these off of Amazon. I'll leave the links to these below too, but I figured this would give you a more variation of how to mount these unique solar post lamps if you don't have like your standard 4x4 fence posts to mount them on, like I don't. So I got these off of Amazon, and this is equal to about 3.5 to 4 inches here across. So if we take this without the mounting plate here and put it on here, I'm going to drill a hole into each side right there. And then I'm going to take 3M double-sided sticky tape, tape this to the top of my fence rail right there, and I'm going to zip tie around there just to hold this secure to the 3M tape to the top of my fence post. So first I got to drill a few holes in these. I can mount 7 out there. I bought an 8-pack, but I can mount 7, so I'll have a replacement lamp just in case one goes bad. So let me go ahead and drill this hole in here, these holes in the rest of these, and then I'll show you, and we'll go outside and get them mounted. Okay, here we go. All you need is the right style bit. This one's magnetized. There we are. And we've got our mount with self-tapping screws here. Nice and sturdy. Now if we have to replace that battery for some reason, I mean, you shouldn't have to replace it, but say it's going on like 4 or 5 years and you want to try to replace that rechargeable battery, you can still gain access to it by just removing the 2 screws. Let me do a few more of these and we'll go outside and mount them. All right, this is the last one, guys. And then I'll have to show you my next step in the plan. Okay. Get that hole lined up. There we are. And they're nice and sturdy too. They're not wobbly. So I got them all right there, all ready to go. Now I want to show you what my next step is. I told you I was going to use, and did I tell you how hot it is here in Florida now? Man, it's hot. I'm out here in the garage. I've turned the fan on. That's helping a little bit. I should turn the AC on, but I'm not going to be out here for that much longer because we're going to be going out to the backyard. So my next step is to cut this 3M sticky tape, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. We're going to mount the sticky tape to these feet right here. And I've got some heavy duty snippers, scissors, guys. I'm going to leave the links to these. These are good for a tool workshop. And they got a little lock on them, so when you put them in your drawer, they're not going to cut you. If you're searching around with your hands, just release the lock. And these are heavy duty scissors. So they're good for cutting like two-sided sticky tape. We'll do one there. And one on this leg. And I'm going to do the rest of these, and then we'll go out back and mount them. I'll show you how I mount them. All right, we're back out here in the backyard on the fence here. Notice I put the first one here, and I was testing this out. So I tested this out over last night. Actually, I put it up here before nighttime, and it lasted about 8 hours before I went to bed. It was still on, fairly bright, before I went to bed. So I think these can last up to 8 to 12 hours. It hasn't really gotten a full day of sunlight yet because it's been overcast, cloudy again today. So once all these are out here mounted with a nice full day of Florida sunshine, you should get a full night of light with these. So I'm going to mount these in the middle of each section down here. One in the middle of each section. Not one on the gate though, because that's going to be moving. I don't want that to work its way off. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. I'll give you an idea of how my plan is supposed to work out. Unpeel this two-sided sticky tape here. And I don't have good fingernails, so I'm using my knife, which works well. Now, I want the button out on this side, the back side, so I can just go up and down here and turn them off and on. Of course, you can leave them on. I'm going to leave mine on. But if you want to change the tone of the light coloring, you can go and switch it right there. So I'm going to go in the middle here. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. All right, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. That would be 7. I'm going to mount it right. It's going to be approximately the middle. I want it to line up with posts like this, so it kind of looks like it's meant to be there. And just press it down real good. And I do have some zip ties here. Okay. And that'll hold it tight. There we go. On to the next. Very nice. This should look very nice at night, dusk time even, and put off a nice lighted perimeter around the doggy yard when we come out in the evenings. So be sure to stick around. A couple more minutes, we're gonna come back out here at nighttime. We're gonna set them all to the proper light temperatures. Actually, we'll try out all 3 or 4 light temperatures that they have, just so you can get an idea if this might be a product that would look good around your yard or around your deck or pier or something like that. Dock. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna press all the light switches on for now so that I know when it's dark enough I can look out here and see if they came on. So I'm gonna turn around here and let's just do this. Now it looks like flickering on the camera, but it's because it's LED. They're not flickering. And that didn't look very bright. So it might need another day of charging, but for now, we'll see what happens the first night. Like I said, last night, that first test one I put up was operating beautifully. Well, this one is completely dead. Lucky I got that spare, but maybe if it charges some, we'll see. I might come out and swap that one so we get a good test of it tonight. This one is already on. All right, guys, I was just taking our trash containers out and noticed, if you can see here, our beautiful outdoor lighting has already come on. So I'm thinking the new lights, post lamps, solar post lamps are on. As you can see, it's about dusk now. So the sun's going down back behind the lake there. So let's just go back. I'm pretty sure they're going to be on now. Now we won't see the full potential because it's not totally blackout yet, but it should be nice and pretty looking. There's our view of the lake there, our solar set up, our back porch, with our back porch lighting, and bam, look at that. Look at that. Now that one bright light is on with a motion sensor for the dog, so that doesn't stay on all the time. But look at those solar post lamps. I'm liking it. If we get back here, let me get back. All right, now we're way back by the lake. And if we pan around, there's the neighbors and there's our house with the solar post lamps and some indoor screen lighting. There's our other neighbors over there. And there's our solar post lamps. Lays out a nice perimeter. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll come out here a little bit later on and see how it looks in the dark, pitch black. All right, guys, it's now about 9:30 at night. It's pretty dark out here. So we're going out to the back porch, and let me switch you around here. There's the lake, as you remembered, and look out through the screen even. Those are nice, bright, white solar post lamps. Look how bright they are. I can't believe it. Let's go out here, out the door. And here, nice clear view picture of these. And we're going to test out the different lighting levels, the lighting modes that they have here, now that it's nice and dark out. Beautiful. And I mean, look, it lights up the ground here around the perimeter of our doggy yard here. Now this time I've turned off those doggy yard lights that I have, the bright ones, so that we can just focus on how bright these can be around your yard or household. All right, let's go, let's experiment. I'm going to hit the switch on that one time. That's the medium mode. Let's do this. I'm going to do this 2 times. 1, 2. That's the lowest mode, and that's the bright mode. So if we look down here, there's the 3 modes. Bright, middle, no. Shoot, let me redo this. Let me do this. That's the medium. That's the low mode. All right, so let's do this again. Now, that's the brightest, that's the medium, and that's the lowest brightness mode. You notice how it changes to like the more yellowish color. And let's do it the same here. We'll do this. Oops. All right, this one we're having issues with. So I'm gonna have to get in touch with TSUN. It's only got the bright mode. All right, let's try this one. That's the medium. And that's a low mode. And then that one there is my test light I had up last night. So, as you can see, there's all the different lighting modes. Hopefully the lights are not flickering now that we got enough darkness. And you can see. Now, well, I was going to say switch them all to the low mode, but that one we got problems with. And feel free to reach out to TSUN Lighting. They value their customers and they will send you out a replacement immediately, especially if you tell them you're working with TW Home Show. They value my opinion for sure. So there's mostly, I can say mostly, all the low temperature lighting, except for that one we have a little issue with. And maybe it's because the battery's low. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure because I just got these out of the box today. You guys saw me right out of the box. And this is what you can experience. And I'm liking it a lot. And maybe once that gets full battery, that will start to operate correctly. Now I'm going to switch these all back to brightness, full brightness. All right, guys, we're all back to full white brightness mode. I'm loving these lights. I hope you enjoyed the video and know that you can experience a quick landscape makeover, easy, with no effort hardly, no wiring, and experience something so satisfying as this coming out on the same night and viewing your hard work. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. And guys, I'll see you on the next one.